Hi, my name is Shauna Hollinger with Effortless Launch, and in this video, we're going to walk through how to create a welcome email inside of Encharge. If you're a MemberVault user, you'll need to be able to send out a welcome email anytime someone is added to one of your products inside of your MemberVault account. In another video, I walked through how to add people into MemberVault and into Encharge using Thrivecart and Zapier, and in this video, I'm going to walk through how to actually create the welcome email that you're going to be sending. So when you're logged into Encharge, what you'll do is click on the emails tab. Now, if you click on the broadcast tab, this is where you can send out an email to everyone on your email list or to a segment of people on your email list. But the reason why I'm having you start on the emails tab first is because you can create a template that you can then replicate over and over again for any of your broadcasts, or if you need to send an email out within a flow, aka automation inside of Encharge. First, we're going to walk through setting up a template so that you can replicate it without having to start from scratch every single time you want to send out an email. So once you click on the emails tab, if you've already created an email before, you'll see it right here, and you could click on the three dots just to duplicate your email and start from a template. But if you don't have one yet and you're creating one for the first time, you'll want to click on the plus sign in the bottom left-hand corner, and I recommend doing add email, drag, and drop. All right, so the first thing you want to do is give the email a name. This is going to be internal for you to know what it is. This is where you're going to type in the subject of the email. And then if you have more than one domain, you can choose whatever email address you want it to come from, and then you could add your from name here. So you have different content boxes that you can bring in. So if I wanted to bring in a button, I would just drag it over here. And then what I really like about this is that you can save these content blocks. So say I wanted to save this column right here, I could just click on save, and then I'll be able to reuse that over and over again. For example, if I click on blocks and scroll down, this is an example of a footer that I've saved. I can just delete this right here and then just drag in my footer that I've created. And now that's there. So I don't have to rebuild it from scratch. I'm going to go ahead and delete a lot of this stuff that we don't really need. When you are sending a welcome email for your MemberVault product, more than likely you are collecting at least the first name. And so how you put this meta tag in here so that no matter who this email is going to, it's going to capture whatever first name that you capture upon purchase or upon opt-in. Say, hey, and then you can click on merge tags and select first name. After that, if you want to change the font and the size, you can go over here to font family. And then we're going to use merge tags for the login information. So the first thing I like to include is the login link, and then I do username and password. For MemberVault, whenever someone signs up, the username and password is always going to be the same. It's going to be their email. In order to add that, I'm going to click on merge tags and I'm going to click on email. And so no matter who signs up, whenever they get this email, it's going to propagate whatever email that person used. So what I always like to do for MemberVault welcome emails is I put the login to the entire account. So this is just going to be your domain /login. And then for the username, I've already used the merge tags to add the email, and the same thing for the password. So obviously you're going to want to put more than this. You'll add all the information that's necessary for them to know when they sign up for your product. From here, I always recommend sending a test email to yourself just to make sure that everything looks good. And then you can save it and close it. And then we will work on setting up the automation so that you can send out your welcome emails automatically. So the next step we're going to do is go over to flows. And we'll create a new flow by clicking on this plus button in the bottom left-hand corner, and then do add flow, start blank. And for the trigger, I'm gonna use what I did in another video, which is entered segment, but it just depends on how people are coming in. Chances are entered segment is gonna be the best one, and you'll need to already have your segment created before people are added into this flow. The next step that I always like to do is add a tag. So I'm gonna scroll down to the action section and do add tag, then send email after that. So I'm just going to choose a random segment, hit save. Then I'm going to connect the add tags. I'm going to drag this arrow down and then do whatever tag that I want, hit save. So I'm going to click on send email, and then you can either create a new one or select an email that you already created. So I'm going to get the email that we just worked on by clicking right here, choosing this one, and now it has been added and we're good to go. I would come down here and name the flow. I would activate it. So now anytime someone is added into this workflow, a tag will be added, and then they'll also get the welcome email. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to let me know, drop a comment and let me know how I can help.